Yes.
Item A, does anybody want to discuss that? Discuss and deny Eddie's,
You don't even have a quorum.
it's a workshop, it's not the agenda, it's just a workshop. So does anybody want to talk about that?
I think first, Bucky, he ought to correct it and put the right date on it that he typed it out. We don't need any more somebody coming back and say, well, that's not right because he's got it dated 12/1/26 when he typed it out.
Use the European style dating.
That's another idiot man surfing you, Eddie. That's why you don't need to be here.
Okay.
Also,
He's got 12/1/26 is when he typed it out. He needs to correct it.
oh, yeah,
Okay.
It says January 13th, 2026.
that's when it's received.
That's when it received his actual type date on it that he typed it.
Yep. Yeah.
Is wrong. We ain't got there yet.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. That's just anybody else want to discuss that or anything?
Well, also the email address shouldn't be there anymore.
No.
I was there when I wrote that.
Okay. All right.
Well, we're all saying okay, you know, this stuff, that's what we all do. We come up there, we say, okay, yeah, this is good. I'm not,
I know.
Bucky, don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
this is a workshop. I can't get
I
involved.
understand
This is for y'all to talk about.
I understand that.
Without it.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Y'all have a great day.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, anybody else want to say anything? Okay, discuss, request additional funding for the storm sirens and updates. Anybody want to say anything about that?
So last month it was presented wrong. It's not a Bluetooth deal.
Yeah.
So the emergency management gave me 3 quotes. 2 of them are just ridiculous high. The second quote is $7,600, $7,605.23. And what that does is they come out, they do change out some inside components. They do a test on the tower, make sure everything's functioning properly, and nobody has to go up there and push a button. It's all done. You know, fire department doesn't have to do it. City doesn't have to do it. It's all done by emergency management's computer.
Okay.
They monitor the weather 24/7. So as soon as the system detects anything, their computer automatically sets off the siren.
Anybody else?
You said it was gonna cost what?
The quote that I last got is $7,605.23.
Okay, I got a question. In your budget for this year, October 25th through the 26th, I guess you're going under emergency management, you've mentioned them, is that correct?
Yes, that's it. That's what will be.
There's nothing in this budget for anything to do with sirens or emergency management or anything else. Nothing. Other than a generator, total backup is zero. There's nothing in this budget. Zero. So how are you gonna spend money that you haven't got budgeted?
I had money that was parked in there, they took it out.
It don't make any difference. You haven't
No,
got
I know. I'm agreeing with you, Billy.
You haven't got anything budgeted in here.
Is there
Now,
no
you-
emergency funding budgeting for
No.
anything?
They took it out.
No. This is the reason you need to plan a year ahead of time. You ought to be planning for the next year right now.
Okay, anybody else on this? Okay, C, discuss the park planner expense, $600 for a planner. Okay, anybody want to say anything about that?
This is for that sidewalk grant. You know, a couple meetings ago, I said we were our back was against the wall. Like we're at go time. The grant's gotta be turned in February 1st. If it doesn't get turned in, then we're out of the running. And I can already tell you, Birdwell's already stepped down, so we wouldn't get a letter of recommendation from him. And I can't even guarantee that Pat Curry will give us one next year. So.
Where's the information on this so-called grant? Is that in the packet?
The engineer's thing is in the packet.
I'm talking about the grant.
I don't have any, well, you see how big the packet is already.
Is
Well,
it
we
a,
kinda need to know what we're getting ourselves into.
is it a
with this
50-50
grant.
grant,
80/20.
80-20?
Because I know they've got stipulations, they just don't give you grant money and let you go.
Anything else on this?
Now, I'm gonna go back to the budget stuff again, Bucky.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, under parks, you've got in general $50,000. You've got nothing here for consultant or any of that kind of stuff. Now, you've got the 50,000 in general, so you're gonna need to make a budget amendment to move money within the budget, to move some out of that general into consulting area or something.
Okay. Anybody else?
Why does that be moved? It's $50,000.
Everything's got to be.
Everything has to be done
It's
directly,
$50,000
Vernon.
that's there for the park. And $600 of planning is part of the park.
And we have no idea what this grant entails because we have not been given information on it. Vernon.
What does that have to do with the 600 and the?
It has a
with the
lot
grant?
to do with it. Gotta need to
We
know
need to
what
look
it's
at what kind of
for.
match is it? 20, 30?
It's
I mean,
20,
40,
it's-
40, 60?
80,
No,
20,
20. She
where-
just,
where's
she
the
just said
paper?
80-20.
Yeah.
Where's the
80-20.
paperwork for it, Zach? We wanna see it.
Okay.
Have you
It's
seen
right
it?
there.
Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I'm not in charge of the parks.
Well,
I'm
neither
in charge
is-
of the roads. I'm in charge of the roads. I stick to the
are
roads.
another- the
I'm
roads
about- I
are
stay
a
in my
whole
lane.
Another ball of wax.
Okay, anybody else on that?
So who's in charge of the park now that he's sitting on?
Rick.
Okay.
And he's not here.
Okay, anybody else on that? Okay, discuss the Texas Smart Buy.
What is it?
I have no idea. First heard of it.
Texas Smart Buy is a company, a state agency that has done all the bidding process for you. It's $100 a year membership fee. When you deal with people that are registered with them, you don't have to go through the bidding process. That's already been done for you and stuff. Now, if you go out, somebody that's got something that's not there, but that's what they do. It's what a service they provide for $100 membership. And they got a whole list, you can get on their website, and they've got all kinds of contracts listed in there.
How many times have we used it in the last year?
No, I have not used it once, but I've only been here since May.
That's how we got this building, is through that. And some other work done.
What does it cost?
Anything else?
So
$100.
the Texas Smart Buy membership program empowers state-funded local buyers such as cities, counties, and school districts with access to same best value competitively bid statewide contracts as our state agencies. A Texas Smart Buy membership harnesses the state's purchasing power and puts it to work in your local community. Members are provided access to purchase from a wide variety of state terms contracts. And then it says it also has DIR technology contracts, purchase card, fuel, travel contracts for qualified entities, all leveraged by the buying power of the state of Texas. And it says potential vendors, dealers, contractors, suppliers interested. Oh yeah. So, yeah.
Anybody else? We'll talk about that? Okay. Discuss the attendance of TML Region 9, February 19th. Anybody got any on that? So Colleen.
I'll speak from personal experience, that's a waste of time. Basically what they do is they meet down there. I went to it one time and it was a waste of money and time. They eat a meal, you've got somebody locally that gets up and talks about what they've done in their city or something. It's mostly a social event.
Okay, anybody else?
And who are you planning on sending?
I don't know, it's just on the agenda. Sure.
It's just a meet and greet dinner.
It's
Yeah.
more than that. That $100 million,
I
the
know
$100 million
that, but-
flood grant that we got was a byproduct of TML. It's opened the
Yeah.
door actually for a
Where-
bunch of the grants.
Where is the
I didn't
information on
finish
that?
reading it. It says, it pays for
Contact
services
the
within
secretary.
resources are limited. So what it is it's a conference where you get together and they give you resources to help you with emergency funding and things of that nature.
Well, you should, but the council person should go to it, not the secretary.
I just put it on the agenda because I handle the email and I received the invitation, I just put it on the agenda, I have no stance on the matter, it's just there for them to decide what they wanna do.
Everyone in this room got tax breaks this year because of TML organizing for the city. With those things that went on the ballot in November, like if you owned a business and you're sitting in the city of Gholson, you get $200,000 in write-offs that you didn't have before. That was a byproduct of TML. TML is for small cities. It helps us all get organized so we can go down to Austin and have a voice. Okay, so everyone in this room got a tax break from our participation with TML. I don't know, you had one bad experience, Billy. I've been very, very involved with TML, and I will say,
Billy, don't you pay for TML every year?
Well, I don't think this is TML, it's this particular conference.
What the hell?
Okay, well, there's
$25, it's $25.
Rick, you went
Right.
myself, but that's.
you guys went to, yeah, it was amazing. It was,
We don't have any paperwork on any of it.
Okay.
super informative and
Stay
very
on
helpful,
track.
so. I don't know
Next
what
one,
that's gonna be.
got anybody else on that one? Cause the next
No,
one's
we
same
don't
thing,
have no paperwork
TML
on
boots,
it.
budgets, and balance sheets, workshop. That's on August, March 31st in Austin. Anybody wanna talk about that one?
I have a question. So when these things get put on the, agenda, cause I just have what was printed out, cause I didn't get a packet, but it says that, when these are put here, are the information to what these conferences are and what they're for and what it provides put inside the packets that you give to the community when they come to the meetings? Sheriff?
Yes. I can make another packet, it just takes a minute for the copier.
Yeah, I would like one.
Does anyone else want a packet so I go to start the copy?
Bucky, can I ask a question in a minute?
Go ahead.
This boot camp thing you're talking about here,
Boots, budgets, and balance sheets.
yeah, who's going to that?
Billy, this is a workshop, we just,
Well, I know it,
Just
but
up for
you got to have
discussion
some
at the moment.
idea, are you sending somebody from the council?
I have no idea, Billy, it's the first I looked at it, just like me and you, your eyes on it just like mine, man.
someone should replace me, cause I took it last year.
Does anybody else want a packet?
So you wanna
besides
keep that
Priscilla?
institutional
No,
knowledge in
someone gave me
place.
theirs.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
What is the cost?
We don't have to keep anything in place.
$350.
I think it's like
Why we have a
350.
It's like $350 or
A
something.
person?
Yeah, that's it.
Plus the hotel, plus your per diem, plus your eats.
Okay, alright, item, G, lease forms for child at play signs, that's in our packets, so, I gotta go get addresses from everybody, and gotta get them to sign the crap before you put play signs in there. So I don't know if some of them's gonna do it, I have to find different people.
Did
So,
the city attorney already draw up for this?
yeah, but anyway, anybody else on that, child at play signs?
I'll help you with it.
Okay, I'm not, I'm trying to do best I
I can't do all of it, but I'll.
I know, Rick.
Yeah, I'll take some.
Okay, city, that was the city attorneys, I shouldn't have did that one, because he wanted to wait on that. And I'm gonna skip this H2, because he said he wants to wait on his. Road maintenance plans, Zach, this is all about you right here, bud.
I talked to Johnny Miner about the road, the 6-year road plan. The previous 5-year plan, no one really ever consulted with him on it. They just handed it to him and said, this is what we're gonna do. And so it's like, it didn't work out. So I ran it by him, and he doesn't have a problem with it. He says he thinks it's workable. We may have to tweak and move a road or two, push one direction or the other, depending on how the road, well, sometimes the roads just, bad things happen to them. And one might have to get pushed up ahead, or one may get pushed behind. But we'll just work with it best we can. But as far as he's concerned, he thinks it's doable on the 6-year plan, so that we don't get behind like we did in the past. So.
A copy of that plan available.
Can I ask a question, Zach, W? Are we gonna be able to get something pretty concrete on which roads are gonna be done?
Yep.
What year, because when the
Yep.
budget committee starts planning,
Yep.
we need to know.
Yep.
And we need to find
But-
out from Johnny, or from the county commissioner's office, or some idea about what the price per mile is gonna be and everything.
Well,
And,
he can't foresee what it's gonna be in a year
Well, he
or
can
6
get-
years, but based on, just like last time,
Yeah.
it was based on $20,000
Yeah.
a mile back in 2020. Well, in the cost of the roads increased 50% from that. So it's $30,000 a mile now. So obviously, no one foresaw that happening, but it happened, and then we just gotta work with it as we go. For the first year, we're gonna it would probably be a good idea to figure in a certain amount of increase each year with the budgets, just to account for any unforeseen costs. Materials are gonna go up, I don't care what you do, it's gonna go up.
That's reasonable.
And so you're gonna have a certain amount of increase for the roads each of the 6 years. You can budget that in and figure it in and probably come out pretty good. But as far as the actual roads, I did turn in a preliminary road list of which roads are gonna get done in which year. And it was based on the condition of the roads at the time we drove them. I don't know, several months ago I drove them. And so that's pretty much what we're gonna go off of. But like I say, we may have to push one ahead, one may get pushed back, just depending on the county and when, their ability to get to us.
Let me ask another question. I know that y'all, the road costs you a certain amount, okay? I know that. Stuff. But in your general ledger, there was a fee charged for labor and equipment that was not included in the price of that road. And there was also another check written out to the county engineer, was not placed in that cost of that road. So my question is, where at in the financial report did that money get stuck? Why wasn't it put back into that road thing?
Why it was put back, now why it was not put back in there, that's a treasurer question.
You don't have a treasurer, do you?
Yeah. Sitting right down there.
The finance officer?
Yeah.
You're talking church lingo.
Those other.
I mean, I'm just asking a question.
Yeah, but that's a question for the person keeping the books, and I'm not that person.
Well, she's not either.
Somebody ought to be coding this stuff where it goes.
It's probably something that Gil would have to answer where she put it back when she got it back, so.
Well, I said, I'm just wondering, because I know from the financial report what the total amount was, that you've got it showing in your financial report what you spent on the road. And that check was written out to them. But then there's 2 other checks written for this other stuff. So my question is, that's all part of the road repair and, or the road work and stuff done. I understand that. But did they not give you that estimate from the county when you went down and talked to them? To tell you that, hey, we're gonna charge X number of dollars, or an idea of what, hey, for labor and equipment, and
I did, the level, one of those checks is probably due to just the leveling up of it. No, I did not get a written estimate for that.
Okay, well, I'm just wondering.
I honestly don't think they gave us one.
Okay.
But they had to level those roads up before they chip seal them. If they didn't, well, you're not getting anywhere next year. Because that stuff has to get packed down over a period of time, according to other people who know more about roads than I do, so.
Isn't there an ongoing interlocal agreement for patching and
I think so.
along the year? Could that be some of that expense?
It could be, because they have fixed quite a few potholes, and we've had some washouts. The road that actually collapsed over on, what is that, Brazos Loop, in one spot. I mean, it just collapsed. So, yeah, they've done quite a bit of the potholes, and then they did crack sealing. I don't think they billed us for the crack seal that they did on Canoe Circle. It needed it pretty bad after that drought in 2023, or was it 2023? Yeah. It needed it pretty bad. Well, it's 24, I'm sorry.
Okay.
But anyway.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, no, I'm
Anything else? Okay, Jay, this is you, Rick, speed traffic trailer.
Where's David? Is he coming in?
He'll be here.
On his way, any minute now. He should be
Wait for
here.
him?
Well, I guess, yeah, wait for him.
Okay.
Okay.
See what the holdup is on that.
RFP banking service contract, that's you, girl. Go ahead.
It's been a while. I'm still looking for the original banking contract, because I don't know where she filed it, but I feel like it's been more than 2 years, and I think they go out every 2 years unless you extend it. So, and I know that we've had some issues dealing with the bank recently too. So, I don't know if you guys wanna put out a request for proposal.
Have you
But-
asked Caden to provide a copy?
I did, they never even
Yeah,
responded to me.
they're horrible at communication right now. I'm not thrilled with them at all.
That bank contract was for 3 years to start off with. And by law, it's a 3-year contract. And stuff. They had never had one out here until, about 2021. We got one, it was for 3 years. You could extend it, and y'all voted on that, it should be in the minutes. Or we voted on it, to extend it for another 2 years. At the end of that 5 years, you have to go out for bids for it.
So it's probably about time then.
Okay, you have to go out, and you have to put it out, you have to put it out, do an RFP, and all this stuff to do that. And, I think at that time Citizen State Bank and, TNFB Bank bid on it, and American Bank, I think, bid on it, and stuff. Now, all that stuff was up here at one time. Where it's gone to, I have no idea. But,
I found the original bid, but I haven't come across the actual, like,
well, that
contract.
thing's about a 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch thick, because they go through everything they're gonna do for you, not do for you, charges and all that. It's very thick when you get it.
Okay, L, discuss the current role of the budget committee. That's Zach, it's you.
Yeah, I just need to, my concern is that, that they stay on task and not get off out into the weeds and stick to actually what's relevant to figuring out what the budget is and not spend so much time basically interfering with the secretary's duties. I mean, she's got things she has to do and she doesn't have time to babysit with somebody rummaging around through the records. She just doesn't. And if the records that you're looking for are not pertinent to actually doing the budget, then you shouldn't be in there. I don't know what records you're getting looked for, but whatever it is, it needs to be a narrow scope. And there should be very few receipts that are necessary to compile a budget. Our budget's not that complicated.
Well, it's kinda hard
It's
to
really
do
not
that,
difficult to figure out. There's some deals in the budget that are, yeah, I understand y'all like to see things broken out differently, but that doesn't include trees. We know how much we spent on trees the last 3 years. We know that, but it's not like we gotta have every silly little receipt for trees for the last 3 years. We know what we spent.
One of those
And the auditors knows what we spent. You can take those numbers and that's it. So why are we just wasting the secretary's time looking for tree receipts when we know what we spent?
But we don't know what you spent at all.
Let me explain to something to
And
you
there's a Texas
about this
Public
whole
Open
thing,
Records for
okay?
that, just for legality purposes.
Let me,
This is about the budget.
I know it's
not
about the
public
budget,
general
but
public.
the budget you've got the last 2-3 years
Illegal.
has been done up. Things have not been listed out itemized, and the law requires you to itemize that budget, not to put fraud categories and stuff, okay? And this is the reason I brought up a while ago. There's nothing in this budget to spend some of this money on your own, because you haven't itemized it. Now, I've talked to the auditor, I've talked to Gail, because I had some questions. I have went through that general ledger at least 4 to 5 times, line by line. What I found, and I went and talked to her to find out about it, because I didn't understand. There's money, checks written for money, and out here where the description is at, it's got split in it. And so my question is, what does split mean? Well, I put money here and I put some of it here because I didn't have anything in the budget to put it under. So we don't know what that money was spent for, or anything.
So was that on trees? Was that related to trees?
Huh?
Was that related to trees?
We're not talking about trees, we're talking about the
Wait,
budget.
but you were up here looking for receipts for trees.
Yes, I
Because
was.
we'd like to
Why?
see them. You've got $23,000 you spent on one thing of
No, well, let's stick to
$14,900
one subject
on
here.
another.
No, you
Let's
brought up
focus on
budget.
one thing.
You're talking about the budget committee, and I'm explaining to you.
But you up here looking for
You need to
receipts for
listen.
trees.
That's what a budget committee does.
I understand.
That's why you're a
Okay.
dumpster fire right now, is because you keep pushing back on the people that are trying to help you.
Oh my gosh, this is not
Well,
much help.
Okay?
Cities our size
More of a
don't,
hindrance.
cities our size don't even have a budget committee. That's ridiculous that we have one. I'm sorry, I gotta
Clearly-
wait, we don't have one.
Well,
Okay, question.
well, we need to go back on the subject at hand.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
I have a
go ahead.
question.
And the
Go ahead.
subject, the
Did they
subject,
put in a request for for the receipts for the trees? Did they put in a request for
No.
it? Okay, well, put in a request for it.
I
Because
did.
by the Texas, you did put in a
Yes,
request.
I did, and I still haven't got what I got.
If y'all
Well,
would
if
If
listen.
y'all will listen,
if
I'll
they-
explain this to you.
Yeah.
If they put in a request for a public record, even if it isn't invoiced for trees, by the Texas state law, you have to provide it.
But some of the records that were being searched there wasn't one.
He's looking for a specific tree that was cut down and it was cut during a day rate. So it's not gonna
And
be
you have
tree
no
XYZ.
receipts whatsoever
No,
for
we have,
any
we have
of
a receipt
this.
for that one.
receipt for anything.
Then just to clear the air, so they'll stop digging around for receipts, just provide them.
What are
with
you,
trees.
what are you
You
scared
can
we're gonna
contact,
find?
even if it is a day rate, just to put all this crap to bed, all you have to do is pull up the receipts, even if it's a day rate, just show it to them, and then it'll all be done.
Now,
And
there
then all this
was,
stuff will
there
be.
was one receipt
Stop,
that we
it'll
got
quit
during the
wasting
open
time.
records request. for
I do
80
believe that I was the one that asked to speak, and I was going to go through this and explain to you the reason I want to look.
Go ahead, Billy.
Okay?
I'm sorry.
The reason we wanna look at this stuff is so we can get the budget put together and people can be confident in what we're doing. Now, like I said, I've gone through this general ledger. What I've found so far is receipts and stuff that were put in, for example, in office supplies. Guess what I find? I find a receipt that I was given on an open records request for a breakfast ate at 9:05 p.m. for $81.87. What's that got to do with office supplies?
It was-
There was a bill in there for $258 for a motel room and office supplies. Now, what has that got to do with office supplies? The other thing is, the per diem thing in Santa Texas, your per diem is $110 a day for motel.
What year was that?
That was your trip down to Austin.
Can I?
Wait a minute, I'm not through yet. It's okay?
Let Mr. Ford.
And I'll sit down and you can talk. The other thing that was in there is your per diem for meals is $68 a day and incidentals. Now, on the first day you go to a meeting, you only get 75% of that, which is $51. And on the last day, you only get 75%. You don't get that full 68 the day you go down and the day you come back.
Oh,
So this is the reason we need to look at receipts, because we can't look at the ledger and tell anything.
Is this a audit committee or is this a budget committee?
No, we're trying to put a
What
budget
is, there's
together.
a difference in the two.
Yeah, there is.
What
May I
are you
say
trying to
something?
do?
Why would a public servant, servant
I'm on the
community
budget
push back
committee,
on
we have
prayer?
never voted on asking for receipts. This is something Billy's doing his own, but, because we as the budget committee never voted to come up and get receipts. We haven't even voted on what we need.
We discussed it.
We
about the
didn't vote
receipts.
on it.
We didn't vote on it, but
Right,
we
so-
discussed it, and you didn't wanna do it, neither did Vernon,
Right.
and neither did Eddie.
And I
That's what
still don't
happened.
wanna do it, because I think what we need first is, like, the 3 prior year budgets, maybe. We look at those and then see what we might need additional, but we do not need to bog down the secretary looking for stuff that we may not need.
Well, if she
So-
has it organized and has it divided out by month, it shouldn't be hard to find.
Okay,
Okay, under the Texas Local Government Code, Chapter 102, in Texas, city budget committees or governing bodies have broad authority to access financial records, including receipts, to fulfill their duty of ensuring strict compliance with the adopted municipal budget. And that's under the Texas Local Government Code of Chapter 102. They must review itemized expenditures, cash on hand, and all funds received to ensure proper fiscal management.
Okay.
It's in the Texas law, so now everybody can stop arguing and we can
Discuss
move on.
emergency.
Wait. I like this.
Okay, go ahead.
At the last meeting, when this budget committee was voted on, it was stressed that this committee would meet as a committee. Not one person, not 2 people, but as a committee. Billy Sparks has wore this city hall out for 2 weeks prior to that first meeting. He's been to the city's accountant, wearing them out. And they've yet to appoint officers. That's wrong.
Well, they're waiting on another committee.
You ever
that's
heard
wrong.
about gathering information?
No. We said in this meeting, Billy, and we said that y'all would come up here as a committee, and Sarah would be here. If you needed information, she would give it to you. But not to come up here for 15 times.
He has every right to come up here just like you do, Vernon.
I have to come up here, but I'm not gonna be big and do all the papers.
How do we know that?
I don't do
If
that.
you want to, you can
problem with
turn
the
the
papers.
pages this
Well,
time.
he was upset because we.
Okay, discuss lease forms of children and play signs. Okay, I'll get the addresses this next weekend. I just ain't had time to go get the addresses and get the people's names.
That's fine.
As soon as I do, you gave me the things and I already I know what to do with them.
And this is the sample lease if anyone wants to look at or has any kind of like recommendations. The main thing is that you're trading, you'll basically indemnify the people that have leases, and then they'll allow you to put those on, and then the city's gonna keep owning the land, not the land, but the actual sign. And so the only actual thing that if someone broke the agreement would be, is to go in and actually remove the sign or get it back. So I think it's simple, and I think it keeps everything pretty neat and clean. But if you have suggestions on things, I'm all yours.
But does if the property owner for some reason says, hey, I don't want the sign on my property anymore, then what?
The city goes and gets it.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, written per diem policy, conference attendance.
So, in the ordinance code right now, you'll see this thing that says Chapter 9 Personnel. Currently, what you have is you have a section called 9.01.004, which says mileage reimbursement for representatives of city traveling and personal vehicles, and that seems to be all that the city has in its ordinance code. Looking at a per diem policy, it looks like maybe y'all just need to expand that and then add some things in. So one sample way to do this would basically be to have local travel, which means everything in McLennan and contiguous counties, and then out-of-county travel, which means any area that's outside of that. The eligible expenses for local travel would be registration fees and then mileage reimbursement to the per diem levels. The things that wouldn't be included would be reimbursement for meals, alcoholic beverages, car rental insurance, travel expenses, and other expenses determined by the city council. When you look at out-of-county travel, you would add hotel fees, meals, up to that per diem limit, parking, and mileage reimbursement. And then you wouldn't have alcoholic beverages and some other things. Some cities will actually have a little bit more detailed policies on air travel and things of that nature. I would recommend y'all, since your size is so small, just only do air travel on city-owned accounts and have to approve those. But for these types of reimbursable expenses, that kind of inhibits, I think, what y'all be doing. So if y'all have any questions or things that would need to be added or take away, just let me know. I can turn this into an ordinance to actually amend y'all's book within 2 months.
Emergency bus route tree removal is $1,500, and that was me. The invoice is over there. Go ahead and look at it.
I have a question about that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Here again, at last month's meeting, that was discussed in length about what was supposed to happen here, and I think that, Lucky, you were supposed to get 3 prices, bring it back to council this month.
No, I had to talk to Holly. Holly signed me off, and I could do it.
Wait.
You need to go read the minutes.
You need to go read the
Wait a
minutes.
minute, you talked to Holly about, no, it's not, it was not an emergency.
Yes, it was. It's just destroying the buses.
That's never been an emergency.
It was
Yeah.
Not under me, not under
Hey,
Chance.
there was.
No, yeah, I had an emergency bus route plan.
There was not, that was not
You need to
deemed
go-
an emergency at last
Well,
month's
that's
meeting.
not a deemed emergency for you.
You
For
need to
some,
go
for the
read the
school
minutes.
it was, okay?
So who classified it
some of
as an
that
emergency?
picking up the
Well, when they
trees,
called me up and they said the school bus is getting destroyed, first I asked Jonathan, because Jonathan was right across, it's right across the street from his house. It was hanging over the road, hitting the school bus, was it not, Jonathan?
Yep.
So I got 2 quotes. One quote was a little too high, so I got this guy because he was $1,000 cheaper. I called Holly up. Holly's like, yes, go ahead and do it. There's my thing over there that I signed, Holly signed, wrote it down for the school bus, so I was good.
So You're telling me that you talked to two council people? That's a walking.
No,
quorum.
don't you say it's a walking quorum,
That's
because
a walking
he
quorum.
didn't even know I was talking to her.
It doesn't matter, you knew it.
Oh, go ahead.
You knew it.
You can say what you want
You
to.
knew it.
Vernon, you're
Contract.
Hey.
Contract.
Yeah, I know, I
There is
know.
a
It's okay.
form, there is a form he has to come.
There's a form I gotta get filled
Let's
out.
get the contract going.
Yeah, it's in the minutes.
I don't need your paperwork, son.
Hey, you're gonna get it,
I know
whether
I'm
you,
not.
whether you
No,
take it
no,
now.
I'm not. That's, I don't want it.
You
I
people
don't want your
understand.
paperwork
He didn't
there.
get the
Big
contract.
fella.
That's
Okay.
it.
Okay, the next one, where we at?
I knew you don't hit it.
I don't
know.
Okay, discuss interior lights of City Hall. Okay, this is for, Mr. Irwin, because Mr. Irwin fell out the other day because we didn't have enough lights out there. So, anyway, when it comes up, y'all can vote on it, whether we're gonna put lights up or not.
Bucky, I just wanna say, at that end of the building, you actually, to access the handicap parking areas at nighttime, it's a minefield.
Yeah, it is.
It's designed wrong, but lights would help, because you have to cross one handicap to get to the other handicap.
Okay.
But you got curb stops in the way, so.
But I didn't see you because I fell.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry about that.
It's lights, but we'll try to get some lights.
You don't owe me nothing.
Okay. Energy contract for storm sirens and electric service, go ahead.
The contract is going up as of February 10th. On the following, or the back of that page for most of y'all, are the rates that you can renew it at. So take your pick, I guess. The electric bill for the siren is like less than $20 a month, so.
Anybody want to comment on that? Okay. Discuss contract schedule with the engineering firm. That's you, attorney.
So, one of the issues the city is facing currently is that someone has applied for Colbert, and the city doesn't have the resources or capability to advise them on what type of construction and things they need to actually put in to actually go forward. In terms of what needs to happen from there is, I think the city needs to start entering into agreements with people that can actually set up that network, and so that way we can have an engineer when we have projects like that we can refer to. That way you can kind of move those projects forward. I know we have one firm, I don't know if they're in the workshop right now, if they come to the meeting, but they're here just kind of giving a presentation on everything. It would basically be a one-year agreement where basically the city refers any sorts of jobs to them that it needs, but it's not guaranteed they would have to. I guess, yeah.
Go ahead, young man.
Hello, good afternoon. My name's Chris Key. I work for Schomburg and Polk Incorporated. Here is a statement of qualifications from our firm for the council to consider.
Those colored packets should be the same thing.
Oh, you've already got some print. Okay, great.
Those are nicer though.
Yeah, they are.
So just to give you a little information, Schomburg and Polk has been around for approximately 88, almost 89 years. So we're a long-standing firm. We've currently got 7 offices around the Central and East Texas area. We are in process of opening a Waco office. Actually, I'm relatively new with the firm. I've been in the engineering field for about 13 years, but relatively new with the firm. I'm going to be relocating to the Waco area to establish this office, and so excited to be here and be able to help the community. But Schomburg and Polk has a very expansive breadth of knowledge as far as our capabilities. Our primary concentration is in smaller communities and water systems, but we have expertise in the realm of water, wastewater, streets and drainage. So we believe we can certainly assist the city with whatever needs they may have. Yes, sir.
Any questions for him? Anybody? You do playgrounds too?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any questions for him, anybody?
The main thing I tell the council is you're going to have to get the apparatus of building inspectors and engineers to actually help with their actual codes. And so starting here with this firm is actually, I think, a really good step. You also do work with the Water Supply Corporation, correct?
We do, yes, sir.
So you're asking people that already actually work in the community. That's one of the main things that tied me to them, is they work for people next door.
We do have existing relationships that we've been working with some local cities, Water Supply Corporation, and also some special utility districts that are in this area.
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
Just, not a hypothetical, but an example. Let's say somebody wants a culvert put in. How much cost are we looking at, ballpark figure? Okay, I don't.
Oh, goodness, I don't know that exactly off the top of my head. We would have to come to an agreement with the city for those services.
But I noticed you had all kinds of people back here in this deal with different costs per hour.
Yes, sir.
So how detailed is that gonna be? Because you could end up
Well,
people.
what we would do is we would have an agreement with the city, and we would kind of have a special list of services for those types of things, and we would develop a cost to give to the city. So for each case that you would have a culvert, it would be a specific cost based on that agreement.
I personally think you need to get all that done before we start talking about doing a contract.
The basis of how it works is if the city determines it needs to get an engineer on the project, then it reaches out to the engineering firm. Then, based on the size of the project, the engineering firm gets a quote, but it's on a case-by-case basis. So it's not every culvert, it's the ones that we think we need to refer to y'all. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that a pass-through charge?
Wayne?
It's gonna be passed through to the person having the culvert put in, the charge is passed on to them?
Eventually, yes. The city's gonna need to actually institute permit fees in order to keep up with this. So, yeah, you would need to raise your permit fees from the current $0 to some amount to help cover this.
How much engineering does it take to put in a culvert?
Well, we would probably need to look at
Water back
the topography, see what the existing flow of the water is, and do an analysis on it.
In 2024, they were talking about no roads had any documentation with the Commissioner's Court. So what benefit would it be to start enforcing any or even trying to live up to any kind of code at all if there's no other benefit to it?
Well, there is benefit to it, because you're protecting the greater good of the area, to make sure that everything is designed adequately so they can handle the stormwater.
Most of everything and the drainage and everything is TxDOT.
True, but TxDOT doesn't handle driveways. Driveways are the property owner's responsibility.
Not on Stripe Road.
Not on Stripe Road?
No,
That's different.
On Stripe Road, you gotta get the.
Stripe Road, check it out.
I still have to pay for my own culvert, engineering fee, the whole
You
thing.
gotta pay for it, but TxDOT doesn't.
But I was just saying that if no roads are up to engineering specifications.
That's about works off of drainage.
Just drop $8,000 on one.
I had to call
It's
above to see if I could get these roads.
Well, when they put,
They come around and share too.
All right, settlement funds. That's you, Secretary.
We receive opioid settlement funds, and they need to be put in their own account, so they can be spent on, it's a very wide list, but there's a list of certain like opioid abatement uses that it can be used for.
Is that listed in the packet?
No.
I have a question. You said that you received funds and you need to put it back where? I'm sorry.
In a separate bank account.
In a separate bank account?
Yes.
And what is the opioid settlement fund
For opioid abatement purposes.
What is, I don't know what that is.
So why isn't some literature put in the packet for that? Because I know they bound to send you something in the mail or by email stating what all that can be used for and what you're getting. So
I
why?
guess the main focus there was just that there needs to be a separate account for it. I can provide that additional documentation if you like at a later time.
I would like it because
There's
I
just
think we need
about,
to know
the
what it
packet was
is.
like getting 200 pages, so. trying to,
You
you
can
know,
send a PDF by email.
I'm
Saves
happy
you
to do
paper.
it, just, send me a request.
I asked you a question before could you explain to me what that is, cause I don't know what it is.
So it's like
Sorry.
fighting, basically, in a nutshell, the opioid abatement funds are from settlements with giant drug companies that are supposed to be used to fight drug abuse.
To fight drug use.
So whenever they got those funds, was there a program that was being used for it, or is it just a kind of like extra funds that came from like another grant or something?
It's basically we received a check. I don't know if that's what
Do you know what that was?
It's a settlement check.
Jonathan? David, I'm so sorry. I'm terrible with names.
You're fine, what's up?
I was asking if you knew what that
about the
was.
opioid abatement.
Yeah.
There was a drug company that got sued for spreading opioids into communities and causing drug addiction. And so there was a giant class action lawsuit in which the settlement was that they would start making payments to different entities that would have been affected or impacted. So the city of Gholson applied and was made part of that settlement. As part of that, they actually get a certain amount of funds to be used in a specific way.
When did they keep those funds, do you know?
I don't know when they got them or when they applied for them. I know it's been over the last couple of years. We keep getting letters in a lot of cities, getting multiple notices. I think it was maybe last October that the entrance letter was sent, is my memory of it.
And do you know how those funds can be used?
Not off the top of my head. There's a specific list. It should be in a grant letter, so if y'all want, you can always do an open records request to get a copy of the stuff they're sending us.
Okay. You said that you can get a copy of it.
Is this a one-time payment thing? Just one time, you're gonna get this, or just gonna
Was
be
it a
something that they?
one-time payment of a check to get the that's what he's asking?
I actually don't know.
Once a year, I think.
It was a once-a-year thing?
I do think that it's important for the council to have that
There's
information.
no
We don't have
knowledge
the
on
information.
that settlement information. It didn't have any specifics on how that stuff would be spent.
Part of that is because they keep sending everything piecemeal.
Well,
I know.
Holly just requested for the.
Yeah, we can get that into y'all. And what I would do is, do you have to take any action on it tonight?
No, I mean, even when they decide to open a new account, I can't do that either.
Okay. So you need to get a copy of that to the council so that they can look it over. So Sarah can get that to y'all and can make a
When did
decision
we
next
get the
meeting.
check?
We haven't gotten this year yet.
Oh,
So
okay,
these are from the last couple of years.
okay.
Amending the planning and zoning, commission, that's you.
Yeah. So I was talking with Billy about his budget committee bylaws, and he had a couple suggestions that I thought should also go into the planning and zoning ones as well. So if you look at ordinance 26018, that's going to be in your packet. Then you flip, you'll see that there's a couple different edits I think y'all should make to the bylaws and the foundational ordinance for the Planning and Zoning Commission. The first thing I would say is, your Planning and Zoning Commission is not really a commission, it's actually a committee. It has actually no powers. I think it causes a lot of confusion in the committee, because back in the 2000s, someone created the Planning and Zoning Commission, and they really did it as a committee, but they did it to try to mask what it was and deflect. And a lot of the people had problems with that after 2000. You've kept that tradition going, and I think it's time to actually call a spade and switch it over to what it is, which is a planning and zoning committee. I think that'll solve a lot of problems you'll have with that specific institution. So you'll see every mention of the word commission would be replaced with the word committee, which creates a lot of changes. Another thing would be adding in a section that if the committee or commission or committee doesn't meet within a year, it automatically gets dissolved. That way you don't have this dead committee that no one can keep track of. It needs to continually regularly meet, or there's no need for it. And that's going to be something that's added at the back called Article 10 termination. Besides that, I think that's the only changes that would need to be made to this one. The other one would be allowing the chairperson, as the person who gets elected, to still vote. That way you actually have a committee that isn't truncated by someone having to lift into a position, like a mayor, and not having any action. So that'd be the changes I would recommend doing to your planning and zoning commission and switching it over to a committee. If you have any questions, now's the time to ask them.
I have a question. I did fill out an application to be put on the planning and zoning committee, and I haven't heard anything back.
We got it.
Oh,
They do that as the consent agenda in the regular meeting.
Does that change the quorum?
No,
With me being able to vote, does that change the quorum?
actually, I think it could, because now you remember that votes. So yeah, I would just adopt it as your
So the
total members.
quorum, as a 4, with me being a voting member, then if we have 4 at the meeting, including me, at this point, then we can meet quorum.
Let's see. Ask me afterwards, so we're not holding up the meeting. I'll get you an answer, just come up to me after.
Any other thing? Anybody want to say anything else? Okay, break.
How's Mr. Larry doing? Real good. Yeah, so I've been cleaning these. You had me driving that back to
Recording stopped.
It says it's rented, but that was.
So you can give me some tips.
You know what?
It did, he's really.
Yeah, somebody told me one time, so you really want to learn to play that? They said, take that guitar and put it where you should. Get up in the morning, grab it, put it where you should. Yeah. Well, start, I've got more, they put me in an office now. I'm in my house. Basically sitting behind the desk all the time, instead of talking, which is probably good. But there's a lot of sitting around there waiting for something to come in from a review, waiting for a phone call, and putting out fires here and there. When storm season rolls, I'll be covered up busy, but then business out, and then you're
Recording in progress.
Okay. Rick,
Yes,
lead
sir.
some prayer, please.
Yes, sir. Dear Heavenly Father, I just pray that you help us with tonight's meeting, that we can hear the citizens and try to guide and best try to organize and just help run and manage the city, Lord. I pray that there's a lot more listening than talking tonight, Lord. You gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. In Jesus' name, amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
I get approval of the minutes.
I make a motion we approve the minutes.
I'll second that.
Rick, you get that?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Let's vote. All of them
Vote, where's,
Where's Holly?
oh, I thought she was behind you. She's probably still outside, man. There she is, we got it, Rick. Vote to approve the minutes. Rick, second it. I vote yeah. Holly? Oh, yeah? Okay. Public invited to address the council. The public respectfully requests to limit 5 minutes. Public should identify their name, street, city, and their address by subject. The city state law council may engage in discussion on any matter not listed on the agenda. The city closet, the person who desires to address the council must speak in his or her own behalf and may not reserve the granted time of other persons. Okay, mayor's report, I ain't got it.
Wait. We're gonna take a comment.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I'd like to speak. Vernon Lushner, 891 Silver River Road. For those of you that don't know, what I tried to hand Mr. McAdams earlier tonight was a suit that I filed against the city for a walking quorum and authorizing unauthorized work performed in tree service. At last month's meeting, the tree service was talked about and it was discussed to get 3 prices, bring them back to council this month and look at the prices and approve the tree contractor, but that didn't happen. It was done through a walking quorum. Mr. McAdams called several of the council, talked to them, turned around and authorized the work. There seems to be somewhat of a attempt at a cover-up, trying to make it look like emergency tree service, but that's...
Jesus Christ, don't even give us receipts on
Missy, shush.
I don't care.
Shush, well,
He's
shush.
just being an ass.
Missy, if I had to ask you to leave, you can't be quiet. Go ahead,
Pissed
go ahead.
off right now.
Attempt to be
Him and
a
Anthony.
cover-up, bringing in here and signing an emergency form for tree service, which this was not the case. It's not in the minutes. It was not in the discussion. It's illegal, and I would recommend this council not to approve payment of that. And if they do, then this goes forward. Thank you.
Anybody else got anything to say? Go ahead, Daniel.
Daniel Blue, from the minutes from the tree deal, it was in the minutes and it was already documented, so there was no walking quorum that had anything to do with any of that. They already discussed payment, they already discussed it, so what you saw was an administrative process to clear the trees from the bus route. Now, I've never, on another note, I've never seen a councilman try to limit a budget committee and their process to get clarity through documents. That's the wildest thing that I've ever seen or heard of before, is when you try to limit documentation and to limit clarity to the community that you serve. Y'all gotta start acting right. That's all I gotta say.
Anybody else?
Eddie Oliver, 370 Clayton Powell. The reason why we wanted to limit that stuff is we spent $60 in secretary labor to chase down a $5 chocolate milk receipt. I run several companies. I would not run my companies that way. The stuff that I've seen and the stuff that we're doing, you're going after the minutia down to the nth degree. And if you guys want to waste the money, it's like, it's funny because I hear people complain about this $3 pack of chips that was spent in 1983. That's what's been coming up. Like, let's talk, you know, you want to talk about the receipts. That whole list of the missing receipts wasn't even under my watch. We all know that. So how many years are we going to go back? Sorry, Chance, I'm not trying to throw you under the bus. And Chance, when he was mayor, guess what? Receipts weren't his job either. You know, this is ridiculous. The idea cities our size do not have budget committees. They just don't. You know, there's a thing called Dunning-Kruger. Dunning-Kruger is when you think you know more than what you know. So when you hear me call out Dunning-Kruger, that's what this city is. I encourage you, look it up. Dunning-Kruger.
Are you gonna reimburse the city for $1,000?
The city owes me like $2 or $3 grand in gas
Eddie,
money.
I'm talking now, you already said your ass down. That's part of the problem with Dunning-Kruger. You think you know more than what you do. You don't live in the city, you should have never been up there, period. You resigned, I'm pretty sure, because something went to the DA's office that you know is about to come bite you in the ass. And I guarantee you, I'm gonna make sure it does get there. So you don't need to be addressing this council or these people when you did not hold that position legally, period.
Anybody
I
else?
welcome it.
Go ahead, Mr. Irwin.
I'm Don Irwin, I'm Danny's father, as y'all all know. I've been here 89 years. I've seen this little old town, and probably its worst and probably its best. And I've never seen but two men in Gholson, Texas, rule it like they did. This man here got in, probably because those men there, their license for it's over with. He'd probably go to the VA. He was elected by the people, but he was elected under false circumstances because they lied. The attorneys lied. They admitted they lied. They admitted they didn't do anything about it because they were scared they'd get sued. He came from Hallsburg, Texas. Go find out the people over there. See what? I've never seen a man in my life except one, and that was with the Texas legislature. And he's with the Texas SAIO that could maneuver people like he can. But you won't hear from me anymore. Like I say, I'm old. I'm through. I pay my taxes. I've lived out here. I've built me a nice home. I've enjoyed it. I owned a store down here, as many of you know. I loaned a lot of you money. I loaned a lot of you bread. But I cannot understand why you people, the majority of you, are fighting over a man like this. I did not understand this. And as far as the tree deal, hey, let's don't trade stuff. You know, just because you don't get a job, if you bid on something, let's don't get pissed off. Let's go on down the road, especially if people stop money. That's all I got to say.
Anybody else?
Gentlemen. I'm through.
Well said, sir.
Melissa Till, 863 Wesley Chapel Road, Waco, Texas, 76705. I would like to submit for public record the following information regarding the resignation of Mayor Eddie Oliver. Information was received regarding the vetting process of the ballot of application that was submitted in the 2024 City Council election. The former City Secretary, Molly McGraw, accepted the application of Mr. Oliver without checking the voter registration eligibility. At this time, the window, mid-February, for registering to vote had closed. Mr. Oliver registered to vote on April 24, 2024. This made him ineligible to submit a ballot of application to run in the election for mayor or a council seat. Mr. Oliver submitted to the Budget Committee meeting on January 8, 2026, an article on voter registration requirements, which he knew he did not qualify at the time he submitted the ballot of application. There were two different ballots of applications that were submitted, one in January 2024 and one in February 2024. Both applications had the box checked, "I've never been convicted of a felony." A complaint was filed with the Secretary of State regarding falsifying of the felony conviction at the next regular city council meeting. The council voted on an agenda item regarding referring the complaint and all documentation to the DA's office for decision regarding the application. The council decided to vote to not refer the complaint and information to the DA. On January 9th, 2026, the city attorney, David Morrison, admitted that he had knowledge after the city secretary accepted the application that Mr. Oliver did not meet the eligibility requirements to run for office. When asked why he did not prevent him from running for office, his words were, quote, "We didn't want to get sued." This admission was made at the McLennan County Courthouse to myself, Billy Sparks, George Kilgo before the hearing for the lawsuit involving the city of Gholson. As a citizen of Gholson, I have concerns about the integrity of our city elections and the vetting process of the ballot of application as being accepted by the city secretary. We will be watching very closely the vetting process of the eligibility requirements and the following of the election laws at the Gholson Baptist Church voting site.
Okay. Anybody else? Yes, ma'am.
Are you guys finished? Because I don't want to interrupt your conversations back and forth.
No, go ahead.
Okay. I just wanted to introduce myself. And my name is Renee Mueller. I'm a field interviewer with the National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey. And we're in your community for the next couple of months. Actually, Waco was selected, and approximately 500 homes were selected to participate in a national study that's been going on for over 60 years. We pay you to sit down and ask you a few questions about health and nutrition. We pay you to go to a health exam that's being held at the West Waco Drive. Yeah, it's the health department. There's 3 trailers that are set up. The study, I don't know if I said this, we're conducting this study for the National Center for Health Statistics, part of the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. Again, we pay you for the survey, we pay you to go to the exam, we pay you for the exam approximately $100, and there's another section of it that's dietary. At the exam itself, all the information that they gather from that, you get to keep and take to your doctor. They run tests from head to toe, basically your eyes, your breathing, your teeth. They do blood work that you may not get at your doctor's office. They test for toxins, allergens, any kind of chemicals that may be in your system. We also, if you have children under the age of 18, we collect about 30 milliliters of water from your house to test for fluoride. And I just want you to be aware that you may see a few white Subaru Outbacks driving around. Those of us knocking on your door, please don't think that we're here to sell you anything. We're here to actually help your community, and not only help your community, but if you are selected, not everyone is, but certain addresses are. If you are selected, you're going to be representing approximately 50 to 60,000 Americans across the country regarding nutrition, health, and dietary. Jason, is there anything you want to add?
Yes, good evening everybody. My name is Jason Liu, and like Renee said, this study has been ongoing and it's been conducted for the past 60 years. A little bit before I was born, and what it does is it assesses the health of adults and children across the nation. The data goes to establish, like if you see at charts at the doctors, the standard growth patterns for children. It goes for standard blood pressure. Also, besides the medical charts, we're also trying to correlate and see what the relationship is between food and nutrition. And some of this data is used for the FDA to, prevent certain additives by being put in place in our food that might be toxic to us. food security, industrial safety also, because the farm tractors, like last year, they used some of this data to design the cabs of the tractors, and also to see if there's anything in the environment like pollution or anything that might need to be addressed. It does affect national policy, like when they need to make national policy, they do look at this as a guideline. And everyone, as Renee said, this is random sampling, so the people, whoever's selected would act kind of like a spokesperson, and especially for Texas, but also throughout the nation. We're just trying to get a snapshot. All the information that you know, volunteered to us is strictly confidential, and we're bound by federal law to keep it that way. Everything is encrypted. If you would like to give a AKA or something other than your real first name, you can do that and do it anonymously too. But that's about all I have, and I thank everyone here in Gholson, and we do hope that you do participate, whoever's selected, and definitely welcome.
Anybody else?
If on your
There's a posting
website,
on the website as well. And then
also
notices.
the Waco Health Department has endorsed us. If you go by there, you may see the actual trailers, they look like this. I'd love to give you a lot more paperwork, but because of confidentiality, I can't give you all that information. But you'll see the posters kind of around, and if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them after the meeting.
Oh yeah, and the incentive altogether is about, per adult, it works out to be, I think, about $320. For children, I think it's a little bit under 240, so depending on age.
Okay. Anybody else?
Token of our appreciation.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else?
I have a question. If what Melissa read, if all that is true and everything, what happens to the whole attorney, city council, like, oh, they can't respond to that? Okay, sorry.
Okay.
My apologies.
I'm Billy Sparks, 1067 West Chapel Road. I know my name gets mentioned a lot, I set a lot of people's hair on fire, and that's fine and stuff, but for those that don't know, let me give you a little bit of background about me. I'm not bragging or blowing my horn, but I do have a master's in mid-management administration. I've also got another 30 hours above that deals with finance, management, budgeting, some public law and things. On top of that, I've got another 23 hours of professional, trained by professionals in investments and finance. So at this time, sir, I'd like to give you these two certificates to put my other two in my folder that you should have. Thank you.
Anybody else? Anybody else? Any going once?
You good there?
Going twice? Okay, mayor's report, I ain't got one. City secretary, you got a report?
No.
Attorney?
Not this time.
Okay, planning and zoning,
Not really, we just did open meetings that.
budget committee. Ain't on here, you got, yeah, it is.
Yeah, we got a report.
Yeah.
Okay.
The budget committee met on January 8, 2026 at 6 p.m. for the first regular meeting. Committee members consisted of Billy Sparks, Vivian Gafford, Melissa Teal, and Lynn Roberts. The decision was made to postpone election of officers until the fifth applicant could be added to the committee. But special budget committee meeting will be held on Friday, January the 23rd, 2026 at 6 p.m. to elect officers. Processes were put in place for developing a template for an itemized budget and developing a recommended budget tax rate calendar. The committee discussed the meeting schedule and budget committee bylaws and amendments to those bylaws. The committee also discussed the process of reviewing previous budget and audit information, signing and filling conflict of interest disclosure statements, and discussed taking the Open Meetings and Open Records Act training with the Planning and Zoning Committee at their regular meeting on January 15th, 2026. Meeting adjourned at 8:25.
Okay. Approval of December finance reports. Approval.
Make a motion, we accept it, approve it.
Second.
Second. Everybody, A or yay or nay? Okay. What about you, Holly? Okay, got it? Okay. Act on paying our bills.
Make a motion with pay bills. A second.
Agree? Holly? Okay. Okay. Filling the vacancy of the budget committee. Billy, is he here?
He's here, and his name is Mr. Larry McFarland. He, I guess, I'd like to get up and tell a little bit about himself. Or...
Okay, you wanna tell us about yourself, Mr. McFarland?
Larry McFarland, 640 Canoe Circle, right down the road. Actually moved here November 12th, 2025. 24. Been here a little over a year. Found out about the budget committee. Qualifications. I worked for major oil company, cross-country pipeline product systems for about 35 years. Part of that job I did had to do with the finances of that, being a technician, things like sitting in on budget committees to put in budget items for new equipment, maintenance, things like that. And in the field, approving contractor work invoices and equipment invoices. So I just threw my name in the hat for this. I thought I'd just give a little different perspective to maybe the budget committee.
Okay.
Any questions?
Any questions, guys?
I've read his resume.
Good?
I read your resume.
Oh, it was quick.
Yeah. You're in the city, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Been here a little over a year.
So it's up to you guys.
Make a motion, we nominate, put this guy on the budget committee.
Okay, we all vote, okay, you got it, sir? Okay, you're now on the budget committee.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you. All right. Consider act on application of vacancy of planning and zoning, oh, okay, yeah, go ahead, stand up and talk about yourself there, sister.
Hi, my name is Priscilla Cooper. I live off Bedinger Way. I've been here for a little over 2 years now. I'm very detail oriented. I'm very organized. I am very thorough when I make sure that, like, I read the laws and make sure that we're doing things accordingly. And I would just like to be a part of giving back to the community and being able to help with a different perspective as well.
Any questions, guys? Okay, so it's up to you.
Motion to add her to the planning and zoning committee.
I second. Okay. You're on the, congratulations, you're on the budget committee. Planning and zoning, my bad, sorry about that.
No offense, y'all.
Council may vote on these items on the agenda. Consider to act on denying or for the mayor's resignation. Okay, that's removed. We ain't got to do that. It's been 8 days. Consider the act on request of additional funding for the storm sirens and updated. Okay, he says it's gonna be like $7,000. He already left, didn't he?
He had to go.
Yeah, like $7,500. That's a lot of money, but it's up to y'all.
The reason that it has to change over from that is because the county had changed over the frequency that we use for all of our radios and their dispatching and everything else. Hill County just did it too.
Okay, do we got any, where would that come out of our budget, guys? Y'all know? That's if y'all even vote on it, that's $7,500.
Really comes down to, Chance, do you think we need this?
Well, during that one particular storm, and everybody was kind of mad it didn't go off in, nobody could really get out of their driveway or their house. So this is the county, can push a button and just set it off themselves.
Put the park aside and do
Is
that
this
right
something
now.
we have to vote on right now before we find out what we can do with the money that we just received from the settlement?
No,
Maybe
we can put it aside and wait on it.
Maybe we can use that to use the settlement money to help fund this.
Well, I think
Since it's going back into the community.
one of my arguments last month about this was that, in my opinion, there needs to be a set forth plan. I don't necessarily think that we need to be spending $7,000 or any money on trying to be able to do it remotely. I feel like there needs to be a better plan in action, because there might have been people, even if we work in conjunction with the fire department, if the fire department couldn't make it down there for whatever reasons that was, then why would not have possibly some of us been able, I was at home, if I knew how to do it, I could have gone and done it, or whoever. So can we not develop some sort of non-costly plan to make communication processes and streamline some sort of plan instead, and not consider spending $7,000 out of any funds?
You wanna put it on the back burner until the next agenda meeting and?
I would like to
talk
see,
about it?
a plan in place between the city council and the fire department, and work out the kinks and the bugs that occurred previously, rather than spend the taxpayers' money. That's just my opinion.
I don't disagree with that. I think having a plan is important, but, you know, I do also think that, and Chance, you can weigh in on this if you need to, but these storms happen within seconds.
They happen within seconds, and
my
you're talking
tornado
about
that
spending
hit, that happened
$7,000,
within-
but you're talking about spending
Yeah.
$7,000 on one siren that will not reach a very big radius at all.
How far, what's the stretch on the siren?
I don't remember the.
I can't even hear it.
So the majority of the
Oh,
people
so
that were
this isn't a
affected,
siren
the
that
majority of
will
the people that were
cover all
affected by the
Gholson.
tornado would have probably never even heard that siren had it gone
I
off.
barely hear it in my house. I can.
Okay, so this isn't like a siren that's gonna cover all of Gholson.
It's not like the old siren. See the Gholson's old siren? You could set it off and you could hear it for miles. And, I don't know what happened then. Chance, whatever happened to the old siren?
It gave out. I mean, we turned it on and it
Friday.
Okay, cause that siren was awesome. It would reach miles.
The original plan for that siren was that other sirens were gonna be stationed. in different
But
areas.
yeah, cause.
It wasn't just gonna be the one. And, I don't know how it didn't proceed with another one in various other places. So the next location for one was supposed to be like here, and then we had like 2 or 3 other various areas that we were gonna stick.
I mean, I feel like if we were gonna put a system in place for remote and we had more than one siren, that it was gonna set off at the same time and make it beneficial for the entire, I think that would be a valuable use of funds, but at this point, at the stage and what we got, I disagree with that, so that's just.
Alright, so what y'all wanna vote on? Y'all still wanna discuss it? Fair enough?
Yeah, well, no, I mean, why don't we find a cost-effective way of the taxpayers' dollars to find something that covers all of Gholson and something that can be
I agree 100%. Okay, y'all wanna vote on it, or?
Did you have something to say, Sam, Chet?
Yeah, whenever you rely on people, like during that one real bad storm, when none of us could get up there, if none of us could get up there, it's not like anybody else is gonna be able to get up there either.
Right.
So.
Why hasn't anybody thought about just sending out text message alerts like the electric company does?
Dang me.
I don't know.
That was a good.
Okay.
Well, I do know that on most phones, like during that storm, I
it
did
goes
get a
off
text
anyway.
alert, and it did tell me about a tornado hitting where I lived and in my area. But also, just to throw this out there, there are government fundings that you can get, through the Hazard Mitigation Grant Program. Just throwing that out there.
Okay. Alright, y'all ready to vote?
FEMA.
Okay, go ahead, Billy.
Hot Cog, there is a McLean County Emergency Response thing, has a program that doesn't cost you anything to get put on your phone. I was too dumb to figure out how to do it, but the lady down at Hot Cog did it for me. Anytime a storm comes up, my phone goes off. And it's a county-wide emergency thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it'll go off at any time when something comes up, a storm or anything. It actually, like the phone will go off whenever somebody gets kidnapped or somebody goes missing, alert thing, statewide alert, it'll go off. So, I mean, this siren up here, I know it's got a 5,200 foot, radius, but because of trees and other things and the wind and a whole bunch of factors, it'll only reach about a half a mile. If you're more than a half mile from that thing, you're not gonna hear it.
Alright, y'all wanna go ahead and vote on that, just set it aside till we find out more, find out a cheaper way? It's up to y'all. I'll let y'all. Holly, you wanna make a motion?
I mean, I don't know what the motion would be. My motion would be to completely strike it and come up with some other plan.
Okay.
Y'all want the fire department here next month to talk with? Is that what it is y'all want?
Yeah, that'll work. That would work. You wanna do that?
Just table it then?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I second her motion.
So is that gonna be to table?
No, strike it.
Yeah, to strike this. My motion is to strike this and come up with something new with the fire
We'll put something
department.
new on the agenda. Okay, I second it. Okay. Everybody, okay. Next one. Okay, act on a park planning expense of $600 to support trails and grant applications due February the 1st. Secretary, can you tell us a little bit more about this?
Alright, so he has ready just a basic plan, and that's all you need for the initial trails grant application. Just a basic plan of kind of what you could do in that area.
Okay, the question is, I got a question for you. Question is, okay, what'd you say it was? It ain't 50-50, it's a
80-20.
80-20.
An 80-20 reimbursement.
80-20 reimbursement, so what's the total price?
Well, until I get the plan, there's no like.
So we're giving $600 to not even know how much we're gonna have to spend.
The max you can spend it would be what's in the park budget.
we're paying 20, they're paying 80, then we gotta come up with the whole 100%, and then we get the other back, that's another question.
That's the grant part, right?
Yeah. So
That
you-
comes later, right?
Yeah, I mean,
This
we would just be,
is-
this is to get
it's
approval.
not to say that we would even get the grant, this is
So-
just to be
so
able
I'll
to apply
explain.
for it.
Basically, to apply, you have to have an exhibit. $600 gets you the exhibit to apply. So if you don't purchase the exhibit from him, you can't apply for the grant at all. If you do purchase the $600, then you can apply, then you have the chance to get that grant later.
Oh, so
That gets to where
get
you
a chance, so you're just rolling the dice hoping you get 7.
Well,
It'd be to apply for it,
I
yes.
actually write grants, so, and I did that for 10 years, so I would say that, and when you get a $25 million grant, it takes about a year, it feels good to do that. But it's kind of like have not asked not, right? If you don't get the opportunity to even put in for it, well, you're definitely not gonna get it.
But we
So
don't.
you're telling me it's only $600, and what's the return of this? How much money are
Well,
we talking
It could be $100,000.
about? 100 grand?
Well, I know, but we gotta put up
We
20%
don't
of
even
it.
know what the
That's what I asked her, I was like, 'cause
So
see,
we have to
It
put
could
up
be.
20%?
We don't know what number
we
it's
don't
gonna
know
be.
yet, and that's what I wanna know, do we gotta put up the 100%,
Yeah.
and then we get the 80% back? We don't know. And, why would we do that, and if we gotta put up 100% just to get that 80% back, and it's $200,000, we're just throwing $200,000 out there, and gotta wait for the money to come back, that's a lot of dang money.
You get up to 80% back.
Yeah, up to
That's
that,
a
yeah.
lot, that's a lot.
That's a lot of money, we don't know what the price is that we're gonna have to deal with.
The price would be whatever we
Yeah,
decide.
you determine the price.
Yeah, so we could go in there and say, well, we're gonna spend $10,000 on the
Well,
concrete.
well, not necessarily. Some of them, they tell you, hey, this is what we're gonna give you, and this is what you gotta match and all that. You don't automatically get to set your own price.
Yeah, so the plan that's being submitted, because it was only 50,000 that was in the budget. So this is just a small walkway, 40 grand. Because that's all that was available in the budget.
Okay.
So, like I say, this is a take it or leave it. You got 3 recommendations, Pete Sessions, Pat Curry, and Birdwell. Like, this deck is as stacked as it can be right now, this submission cycle. If you don't, I don't know that you're gonna get those recommendations next year.
Get it anyway.
So 50, you said 50,000?
Seriously.
40,000?
I got a question.
You said 40 or 50?
He said 40.
Sarah said, what kind of
40,000 or
grant was
50?
this? It was a what?
Reimbursement.
Okay, it's a reimbursement. What that means is,
So we gotta put 40.
whatever
and then
you
they're gonna give us 80%.
spend, whatever that grant is, you're gonna furnish all that money up front, and then you're gonna have to turn in receipts.
Yep.
And maybe, they may decide some of that doesn't qualify, and you're not gonna get that money back. That's what reimbursable means. So you're not gonna get any money up front.
You coordinate with them, that way you know
Who
for
you
your
coordinating
deadline
with?
that it will,
This $600
let you.
that we're
You
spending.
don't know?
Because that's in the
It's $600. I'll remind everyone, council, you guys, I said if I got the 3 letters, we were gonna try and move forward with it. I busted my ass, I went down to Austin.
You're not on
Is
council anymore.
Is there timelines on this, if we put in for it,
Yeah.
that we have to do the concrete in a certain amount of time? Is this gonna say, you got the grant, good, now have the concrete done in a year?
There's a timeline.
There's a
So,
timeline?
What is the timeline, because, now you're putting a
How do
timeline.
we know there's a
that we haven't even
timeline when
agreed
we
to.
don't even know where we're getting the money from?
Texas Parks and Wildlife.
Yes,
That's why I'm asking, you're giving $600 to somebody,
And you don't know. if
and you don't know who's giving the money?
Texas Parks and Wildlife.
Well, go get on their website, and they're gonna have all this stuff.
So
It'll
that's
take
why
you
I'm
5
asking,
minutes
that's
to
why I'm
figure it
asking,
out.
because they've already done all the research, so they
No,
should
you
have
haven't,
it.
because-
No, I did not do the research, they did.
No, you haven't, because the simple fact, get on there, it takes you 5 minutes to figure out that you gotta have all these plans in place for them to give you money.
Y'all haven't
I'm gonna make a
given out
motion,
any
I'm gonna make a motion that we spend the $600, without the plan, you get nothing.
Yeah, that's right. I'll second.
So y'all throwing $600 and not even find out if you're gonna do anything? That's what we do.
Y'all guys.
What is it? That's all over the.
But we won't know that until you're actually awarded the grant.
So if we don't keep
I said more information, I said
But you can't even get the
information on
You can't get the
everybody.
3%.
I said, well, you know what, you're not on there anymore, so don't.
I only get all the work so we don't have to.
There's a second, so y'all ready to vote now?
That
Everybody should
concrete
have
is
more
gonna get eaten up,
information.
but that'll do our
Not enough
concrete loan.
information up in here.
Been doing it 6 months.
Let y'all vote.
I wouldn't do it.
I say no. It's up to y'all, y'all two.
Yeah.
He voted yeah, he voted yeah, he voted yeah. Holly?
I'd say no, Holly.
I don't know, because I'm torn, because if we have to put up the full amount of the grant that we would get, and then get reimbursed to 80%, that's kind of the part that I'm struggling. And my understanding is right now that we don't know if that's the case.
No, that is
That's
the
how
case.
that grant is set up.
That is the case.
You know.
That
But
is
you're
the
gonna
case?
spend the money on the concrete one way or another.
Everybody's too much in the dark.
Is it $40,000 for concrete?
40,000 is all the amount that we're putting in for, so I think that's our cap. So that,
It is 40,000, right? That's what we're putting in for?
In the parks budget, there is 47
it's a 47.
and some change left, 47,200 left in the park budget.
No, but that's what we're putting forward, that's what the money, how much we putting in for, how much we want to get? That's the question.
Well, there's not enough information.
I think that's what.
Why do you keep looking at him?
I'm
You
not
should know
looking at
this.
him.
Because he's really still losing.
How much,
Everybody
how
else
much
is
were
obvious.
you looking to get?
Until I get the plan, I
The
get
drawing's
no.
40, the drawing is 40 grand, but it can be adjusted. This is just to clear a hurdle, like this is literally, I can't even believe this.
Will 40 grand
So you
even
get
for concrete,
information.
enough for a walkway? That's the question.
Hey, it's only city money, go ahead and spend it.
The guy that's, well, that's a fraction of a percent of the total city budget.
Holly, what was your vote?
Got it right here, we'll do all of it.
It's already passed 3. We just need your vote, so can we move on?
What did concrete?
Oh, man.
So my vote doesn't matter
Joe
really.
Jackson.
Because it's already passed.
It's already passed.
I don't know that we're at the phase where we're ready for that grant, to be honest with you, and, I don't know that we have enough information on it, so I'm gonna vote no.
It don't matter.
Doesn't matter anyway, y'all already approved to pay it.
Okay, consider to act on, Texas Smart Buy. What is that?
It's that, purchasing,
It might have been a deal,
the,
Purchasing co-op.
yeah.
And you can also put up jobs for bid if you have a project like sidewalks.
So like if, that might be useful to come up with the,
Okay.
it might get part
What
of
is the
And then
renewal
what do you say?
process?
It's $100 for the year.
$100 per year?
I make a motion, we renew the smart
I'll
buy.
second that.
A motion and a second?
I second it.
Paul?
Yes.
You vote? All right. Okay, good, we got it, all right.
Yeah, I'm sitting here agreeing.
TML 9-region meeting, for February the 19th. Okay. I talked to some higher up people that run bigger cities. And, TML is not for little cities. I know you think it is, it's not. The one that's for little cities is Hot Cog. Hot Cog, I talked to the main guy at Hot Cog. He told me that for $40, you can go down there and take his class for $40 and learn everything you need to learn for a small city, for a Class A city. He sat and talked to me for a long time. He told me the only thing we should be spending money on is roads. That's it. Only thing. He said trees, you shouldn't be spending money on trees, because what we did, we'll still do it for y'all, but what we did is we started cutting up trees that fell in the road that was on people's properties, and that's the people that own the properties' responsibilities, not the cities. But we've been doing it for so long that we're just gonna keep on doing it. But it's not the city's responsibility. He told me the only thing is roads, because we provide no sewer, no electric, no water, no nothing. The only thing we should be spending money on is roads. He said it's ridiculous to even go to them TML meetings because they're for big cities, they're not for small cities. He goes, come to the hot dog, and for $40, we'll give you all the training you need. So that's my point of view. I'm just putting it out there because I talked to them and that's what they told me. So anyway, it's up to y'all guys.
I'm not going to the meeting.
I'm not gonna go.
I'm not going either.
Holly?
I'm not going to that. I don't have time.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we do away with the TML meetings.
So are you making a motion to do away with all TML meetings or just this one?
All of them. Because I talked to him, he said all of them, TML is good for lawyers. Like if you need a lawyer, he said that's the best thing to do is call the TML up, because TML will take care of you on the lawyer situation. Other than that, it's just for big giant cities.
Well, I don't know if that can be the motion since we're only focusing on this one specific one. Maybe that's something to add to another agenda.
Not sending anybody, I want to make a motion, not sending anybody to this meeting.
I'll second that.
What was the motion?
To not send anybody to the region 9 meeting.
Don't go.
Okay. Considered action on TML. Huh?
Everybody's gotta vote.
Did y'all vote, guys? Okay.
Unanimous?
Okay, act on TML books, budgets, and balance sheet. One.
So what exactly is that?
That's the same as all the rest of them, and this one got boots in there, so you know it's more of a party than it is a. So I make a motion that we don't send nobody to this TML meeting. Y'all want to discuss it?
Holly, do you have any interest in this?
Even if I had interest in it, I can't go to that meeting.
You're the only person I think that would be.
Yeah.
So this one, it does seem kind of goofy the way they did that, but it's over financials and stuff. Is that something that we should maybe consider sending Sarah to so she can help with the budget committee?
I don't think so.
Do you want to go, Sarah?
I have no stance on the matter. It is completely up to you guys. I
Good
will do what
answer.
you guys decide.
Very smart.
Well, I don't know. I would think that probably if we wanted to send anybody, we should probably send a member of the budget committee itself.
I agree with Holly on that.
But right now, there is a motion on the table that Bucky made to not send anyone.
Yeah, I make a motion, we don't send anyone. Most all of our budget committees, they got degrees, so they know about money.
I say it's a waste of time.
Hey, talk about, if you, on your other deal, I just got a message that says if you don't want to continue to look at trees that are falling on properties, then you can refer outside contractors to that. Thomas, Cordoza.
You might need a second.
I'll second that motion. And I see nobody, if nobody's interested in going.
What y'all vote? What you vote for?
Nobody's interested in going, then no point.
There's no point in it, yeah.
Okay. Got it, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Consider act on, for the child at play signs. Okay. I gotta get all them people's signatures and all that, and then I gotta get some more quotes, because that was a long time ago, so I gotta get back online, and, because them was offers, you know, special offers, so I gotta get some more, and, so I'll put that on the next agenda meeting,
So we
and I'll
need
bring,
to table it?
huh?
We need to table it again then?
Yeah, probably, because I'll have to bring it, and so y'all can look at it, see how much it's gonna cost, because
And we'll do that before we go get the signatures, or we're gonna go get the signatures?
I'll get the signatures and all that, get everything done, then if y'all vote on the signs, we'll order the signs, then that'll be done.
If you want me to take a
Changes to the
few off
leases
the
y'all
plate,
want?
just give me a few houses, I'll take a few off.
Okay, I gotta make some copies and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure thing. Okay, so we're, I make a motion, we table that.
I'll second.
Second, y'all agree, guys?
David was asking you a question.
Go ahead, Dave.
Do y'all want any changes to the lease, or does that work?
No, that's fine.
As long as they're able to, if they ever want it off their property, that there's no, that it can get off their property.
Just send me names and emails when you have them, I'll docu-sign it.
Okay.
Okay, where we at? Okay, here we go. Okay, per diem. This is you, attorney.
That per diem policy in there, is that something y'all want to begin adding into the ordinance code? Is there something you want to remove, or is there anything you want to add? As a stripped down, a little bit more policy, and would go into your ordinance book is what I'd be proposing. Main things is no dinners or lunches or things going forward, they'll have that. It's gonna restrict y'all to the per diem amounts, we have a link in there for that. So I mean, if y'all want to, I can put it into an ordinance and start that process.
I'll make a motion to have you start the process to put it into ordinance.
I'll second.
Okay. Okay, act upon dates, road maintenance with the, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll just wait, and, I mean, we just strike that off for now, until, I'm gonna get some numbers together as far as, cause some of the roads that are on the list now were not on the 5-year plan that I inherited, so I don't know exactly how many miles of roads are, there's like 2 or 3 of them. It's not gonna amount to a whole lot, but I wanna make sure that there's an accurate number of miles total. I know it's a little over 13 miles, but then I can have have some sort of a dollar amount scheduled out
Okay.
for each year. That way, everybody, the budget committee will have some numbers to go off of.
Awesome.
Just wait to tinker with.
So you wanna make a motion to table that?
Just table that. Let's table that. Yeah,
Okay.
until I get those numbers together.
Okay, he seconds, everybody? Okay, you got that?
Who second? Okay, thank you.
Okay, Rick, speed traffic trailer replacement.
Yes, sir. David, where are we at with that?
Talking about getting the device and putting it somewhere?
Yeah.
So
I was under the impression y'all were doing that.
in the packet, there is an email and an application for getting it. Basically, they want us to like appoint someone who will basically manage it, you know, the pickup and placement and all that. It
Okay.
says, it's at no cost. To move forward, please review, sign, and return the attached syllable PDF interlocal agreement. We also recommend designating someone from, well, they say designating someone from your police department, but obviously we don't have that as your primary point of contact. This will help facilitate trailer pickup and drop off, as well as ensure they are familiar with setting up and operating equipment.
Okay, we got council, and the council, so Rick, would you do that? Would you go pick it up and put it somewhere?
I mean, well, yes, but how many are we talking about here?
It'll just be one.
Just one?
Yeah.
And where
So
y'all
y'all
wanna
just
put
kinda
it?
gotta pick where you wanna put it.
Where would y'all wanna put it at?
And I mean, it's just like, I guess I'll figure out how to place it and all that stuff, but it's just towable, right?
Yeah.
You just go pick it up with your truck, and back it in and set it up.
David,
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take that.
that thing gonna be on rental?
All right, you wanna
Or
make
is it-
a motion on that you'll?
It's loaned from,
What is it, motion, I'll go pick it up
Yeah.
and distribute it?
Yeah, you gotta fill the application.
they have a program that does
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
You have to document.
Creating a speed sign, speed limit.
I'll reach out to Sergeant James.
Getting research on the speed limit.
I guess I'd be the authorized representative.
Yeah.
Would I be a-
Yeah, hey, make sure you go up there and fill that out, make sure that you're responsible for damages or not.
Yeah,
Make
I
sure.
wanna make sure it's not the city council, not me personally.
Make sure. Okay.
I'll make a motion that, I'll fill out the application and go pick up the, machines.
Second that.
Like running a squirrel over.
Okay.
Is that unanimous?
Yes. Okay. RFP banking service, this is you, sir.
It's, as we discussed during the workshop, it's probably coming close to time, and instead of waiting till the last minute, if you guys want to put out or start working on the request for proposals for banking services, then that's what that's there for.
call it a depository contract for what it is. That's what I'm
I'll make a
looking for.
motion that we start looking into it.
I'll second.
Okay, everybody agree? Okay. Consider an act on road current status budget committee, Zach, what's
I guess I can strike it and remove it, but I just didn't want to see the budget committee turn into a witch hunt.
okay, I second that.
That's just,
Okay. Y'all vote down there? Okay, Holly? Okay. Okay, consider act on emergency bus trimming expenses. That's me, cause I spent $1,500 cause of the bus thing. Let me ask you something, hold on, let me ask you something. Are you suing me personally, or are you suing the council? Are you suing the city council? The city? Okay, you know, if you sue the city, you cannot put a contract in for us for anything, you know that, right?
You're breaking my heart.
Okay, just telling you.
Hey,
Telling you right now.
You got two courses of action. Y'all can do a vote to either ratify or reject it, or you can table it till after the executive session since it is pending litigation now. So either one you can do. It's up to you.
I'll make a motion we end it till after.
Hold on before you,
There's a motion on the table.
You already voted to approve it when you paid the
you got a guy over here speaking on the city behalf. Over trees. That's trying to sue you.
I ain't worried about you.
So I made a motion to suspend this until after executive session.
Okay, I second that.
I was never aware of $1,500.
That's it.
What are you making a motion on?
To suspend this till after executive session. It's been motioned and seconded.
They're gonna meet with me and then come back later.
Okay, that's
So,
fine.
next one.
Okay, consider act on.
Well, we need a vote.
That's tree stuff, I abstain on that.
So I need Zach and, how do you vote?
Okay. Consider act on installing exterior lights at City Hall. Okay, the reason I said this is because Mr. Irwin, the lights was dim out there, that one broke, so he tripped over it, and Mr. Irwin tripped over it, and so we need more lighting. Well, during Christmas, we bought some lights, you know, for the Elka gift. They're amazing. I put one on my sister's house, I put one on my house, and they run off solar. They're $25. They're amazing. So, I'll buy them my dang self. I just need y'all to have the okay for me to stick them up if I buy them.
Yep.
I don't think you can
I don't think you need to buy them.
You gotta use the city.
It would be a lot cheaper to put lights out there than the lawsuit that could get filed.
That's not right, Bucky. That's just like the farmer guy. I'll do this, I'll pay you for it because I've done wrong. Don't start buying it. They need to.
Okay.
It's our tax dollars.
Okay, well, I'm saying
We just need to figure out where it's gonna come out, budget.
yeah, they're like $25 at Sam's. Now I was thinking about putting one right here and one right here, and there's 3 lights, and you can burn them out to fill the whole parking
Go by
lot.
my house, you'll see it.
Yeah, you can drive by my sister's house, you can see them, but
Are they motion sensor?
yes,
Right now,
yes,
when
motion sensor,
They're
and
not
then
3, but they're garage.
they run off of solar panels.
Awesome.
I've had some for.
$25, so it's up to y'all.
What's the motion?
Just make a motion to purchase them and
Motion
figure
to
out where
make
it's gonna come out of budget.
Yeah, where's some come out of the budget, but
Can a community member donate to the city hall? Are we allowed to do that?
David?
Don't you have a petty cash fund?
Are we allowed to
No.
donate?
Yeah, they got petty
lights?
cash somewhere.
Like, is it, because if they're only 20, like, are we allowed to donate to the city hall?
okay, like she donated lights, I can stick them up. Okay.
Okay.
Just, I mean,
Yeah.
it needs to be a good light, not like a
No,
Christmas light.
they're good. They're good. They're good lights.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, they're amazing lights.
Yeah, like
Or
the
floodlight
floodlights
kind
or
of thing.
whatever.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for
Floodlight.
offering to do
I'll
that.
make a motion, we accept, citizens, lights and Bucky puts them up.
Okay,
I'll second that motion.
I agree. Okay. Good deal.
Thank you.
All right, we got a second session. Oh, we did? Go ahead.
Yeah, there's still.
Oh. Okay. Storm sirens, secretary. Renew the thing. How much is that? It's like $20.
Yeah, it's like $20 a month, the contract runs out. However, you can renew 12 months at 0.13999 kilowatts per hour, 24 months at 0.13487, 36 months at 0.12779, 48 months at 0.12401, 60 months at 0.12223. So the cheapest one is 60 months, and you get about 12 cents per kilowatt.
I'm not making a motion yet, but, I'm figuring at 12 months because we don't even know what we're doing with storm siren at this point.
I agree.
That makes sense?
So, yeah, I'll make a motion that we renew it on a 12-month contract.
I'll second. Okay, he seconds it. Everybody? Okay.
Rick had a second?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Schedule, I'm sorry for keeping you here so long. I should have put you at the very first. I'm so sorry about that. Consider an act on contract of the Pope company right here. City attorney.
So the main thing about this contract is it doesn't actually require the city to expend any funds. Basically, it states that whenever the city has projects, it will submit a work order to the engineering firm, and this is projects the city selects, and then they'll take those on at those rates below. So it allows the city to go to someone that's reliable and keep those rates there. There might only be one or two projects you have, but I know if you authorize this tonight, I have things to send to them pretty quick. We have a culvert thing that someone's been waiting on a month. And they need someone to come in and tell them exactly what they need to be built so it doesn't flood the roads.
One question.
Yep.
So if they go out there and they do the station or whatever, the city pays for it, but then but they refund the city.
The person that's doing the installation?
No,
The person applying.
The person applying.
At the moment, no. You'll need to adjust your permit schedule going forward to actually have an application permits. Because you don't have that right now, you'll eat the cost on this one and then have a better rate to put forward in the future.
Okay. We eat the cost?
For this one time, then what you do is next meeting, you actually use this to base your permit rates. And then when people apply for permits, they're actually submitting a permit fee that helps cover this if we need it.
Because we ate the cost on one of them before.
Unfortunately, the city council 2 years ago decided to get rid of all permit fees. You are now going to pay for that decision 2 years ago in this regard.
So, but when people get a culvert in on our roads, the city roads, that's not our land. They own all the way up to the road.
Our ordinance code requires that the city make sure that the installation of the culvert is done with up to the standards of the city. And so we actually have an ordinance code that we do regulate that heavily. The issue is some culverts are really simple. They don't need an engineering firm. Other ones have a little bit more complicated structures, and so you might want someone that's more qualified to go out there and then assess it. I think this culvert is one of those from my understanding.
Is that on the city, is it on the city road?
No, it's on our city roads. Not the
Because,
strip roads.
no, because when I called her and told her that, what about putting me a culvert
That's a
in?
strip road. We don't miss a strip road.
Okay, I was gonna say, she told me
What road
that,
is this on?
I have to look at the permit application.
Okay, here's another question. So when they put it in, we're eating the cost on that one. And then all of a sudden, a bunch of other people, boom, 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 culverts. Do we pay for them, and then they pay us back, or do they go straight after the people? Go straight to the people, the people pay.
The people will apply for something like a culvert or some other engineering project, not just culverts. We'll actually have a permit fee for when they're getting the permit. This is why permit fees exist, to help with the regulation efforts that you do later. So the city will then take that fee, and then the city will put in for them, they get a work order, we work out the price and everything. The city is one that pays the engineering firm, no money comes from those people, but you have that pass-through effect. This is something that'll generally work, and it's just the city needs to start this process, absorb some of the cost, get your permit fees corrected next meeting, and then start moving forward. If you don't do this, what's gonna happen is you're not gonna be doing your ordinance code, and you're gonna be allowing culverts to be put in haphazardly. And then it might result in road splitting, because if I don't have anyone to refer this person to, I mean, I can't hold this up any longer than it already has been. And if you want a copy of the
What about
permit.
county?
Yeah,
You got
like-
county engineer,
The county told them to come to us.
huh?
The county told the person to come to us.
That's not what the county engineer told me today. I'm the type of person, I'm gonna check and verify, I trust up to a certain point.
That's fine.
That should be the county's job.
The county
Yeah.
will,
Unless it's in the city.
the county never told the city that they wouldn't do it. We should all get started, right? The one time that she-
I make a motion, we enter into a contract with them to start the process so we can get this straightened out and won't have these issues anymore.
Well, you know how I feel about contracts. I don't like contracts. I hate contracts.
It looks good.
You gotta have
Do
somebody.
we have, David, if we enter in a contract with them, do we have to use them for the culvert?
Yeah, you basically refer different jobs to them. So if you have an engineering need, then that job will go to this firm for a year.
Okay, no, I don't wanna make no contract.
It's only if you need this, and it helps lock in those prices.
What are the, where,
The prices are in the back of the sheet they give us.
where's this one?
He said it was a,
I reviewed the
Based by
contract,
job by
I don't
job.
have any issues with it, and it goes up to a year. So after a year, it's done.
There it is. So this is their
So
rate.
David,
just
y'all
their
are not
price
even
rate.
gonna talk to the county and see if they can do that?
I found a solution, I think I need to move with it, so that's what I was gonna do.
But you're the law,
But
you're supposed to,
yeah.
you're supposed to look into stuff, yeah.
it.
We're
No,
gonna pay the
I found a
first one, and then
solution.
we'll start the
That's what I'm
process
sticking
when we
with.
get our
I think the biggest concern is gonna be, when all these roads and everything were built in our fine community, they weren't engineered.
No.
So,
$75
moving forward, they send him a request to go out and say, hey, we need to get a permit for a driveway here.
Yeah.
They go out and they, all of a sudden, well, we've got a topo at 3 miles back down the road to find out where this water's gonna go. And then all of a sudden, the city's obligated to pay a bunch of money
So
to an engineering firm.
What we're trying to figure
Sorry,
out, what is the
but-
cost for like,
but-
like
What
a
is
culvert?
your average cost for a culvert? If you say, oh, I just need to put a culvert in here, just a general.
It's kinda
I
hard
know
to
it's kinda hard
say,
to
it just
say.
depends on the situation, I mean,
Okay, let me give you an example. A 12-foot culvert and a 6-foot culvert. How much would that 6-foot culvert cost, and how much would that 12-foot culvert cost?
well, that's one thing, is it really didn't have anything to do with the culvert, the length of the culvert, so much as the drainage area that feeds to it.
They're gonna tell you what size culverts you
Yeah,
need to put
because
in that
we gotta
area.
take the drainage
That's
area
what
into
they're gonna tell
consideration to
you.
be able to size the culvert, we can do that
And
through
then they're
text
gonna have to do a bunch of research to figure out how far back that water's
And it's
draining.
$175 an hour, and you gotta sit there and do all this research and all that, right?
That's why
Yes,
she's
sir.
asking
What's
why
a-
we
what's
should
a high-
go to
what's
the
a high
city.
end? Just give us
So,
a-
so just as a ballpark, I
Give us
would
a
say
ballpark.
somewhere in the neighborhood of $1,000–1,500.
Why don't you do the county like she, that, Mr.
That's
Sparks?
what we're paying for.
That's for, no, that is for the engineering to tell you what you need.
That's for
Just
them to
as a
say what
ballpark,
size
and then you
pipe
gotta
you
buy
can
the
put in
culvert
that
and
drain.
have it
That's
installed.
just fine.
So this is an added.
That's
fee.
just for they can tell you what size pipe goes in there.
Why don't you,
How have we
So
done
let
in
me,
the past?
let me,
why don't you have a permit, an adjustable permit that
we put one in.
is as needed, so if it comes out of the city's deal, an adjustable permit, so if it's at 0 right now and an engineer's needed, then the homeowner would have to adjust
And then we gotta eat the
his
first one.
expenses for that.
That's where we're
Study
going.
the first one and
What'd you
the rest
say?
of them are.
It'd be about a
that's okay. I just wanted to reiterate that, you know, this is no obligation for the city to use our services unless we're needed. So, you know, it's not gonna cost the city a thing, and we would issue, you know, if you brought us a specific project, saying, hey, we need your assistance with this, we would bring forth a task order to give you, here's what we think it's gonna cost to be able to accomplish, this particular task.
Understood. What I'm trying to get at is if we wanted to go the way we've done it in the past and use Johnny, whoever we use to do it, would we still be able to do that if we sign this contract? Or
As
would
far
we
as the
be
installation?
Yes, or would we be locked in and have?
So we're not gonna dictate as far as who installs it or, you know, as far as that is concerned.
But
We're
you'll
just
still
gonna,
have to drop the specs for
we're
that
just gonna give you
project.
guidance as
The
far as,
home,
okay,
I
here's
see.
what specific size is needed. If the city has any standards as far as material type, whether it's plastic, like
Copy
HDPE
that.
pipe,
I get
concrete,
you.
whatever.
But on any culvert that goes in.
The city shouldn't be
That's-
paying for the culvert.
The city's discretion, it's on an as-needed basis.
It's only if the city goes and asks them. Some culverts might need it, others won't.
Y'all leave this one. I'm torn on it.
You
I don't
know,
have a problem with it.
y'all know how I feel
I
about
got
it.
a motion on the table to accept it.
I'll second that motion.
If it's an as-needed situation and you're not putting any kind of monthly premium on this, it's not gonna hurt you to put him on the roster.
Well,
But it'll
we're-
also protect you legally, because
We're eating the first one. He has said we're eating the first one. I don't like eating the first one. He said $1,500.
What'd you say about protect us?
but it's gonna protect you legally. If you don't get it engineered, he's got liability insurance up to $1 million. Your guy Joe down the street with his backhoe and his skid steer
We
doesn't.
had a motion,
And
right?
you put that in
Yeah,
without
second.
getting it engineered, and you back up water in somebody's property, flood their house or whatever, you're on the hook for that.
I got a question I've gotta ask this council because I'm missing something. The city should not be paying to put in any culverts.
We're not paying to put in the culvert, we're paying to do the
But we can't
engineering.
really discuss that, that should have been asked during the
But there's a
workshop.
motion and a second, so we need a vote on it.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm for it.
I don't think y'all all know.
I ain't for it.
I don't think there's clarification here.
Quarter
Okay,
one.
what's the next one?
Okay.
Thank y'all very much.
Yes, sir, thank you.
I thought you were gonna get the.
Act upon opening a separate account for the opium settlement fund.
Make a motion, we open a separate account for the opioid settlement funds.
I'll second.
I make a or can we add to that it is not through Cadence and that it is with a different bank?
I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
Would you prefer American Bank?
American Bank would be fine, but Cadence is not one that
I'd like to ask a question. Can you find out what we can spend that on? what
You have to
we can
withdraw
spend
those
it on?
motions.
Yes, and I think I already have it sitting on the
You have to
printer.
withdraw it and say, open up the new account with, you say American?
Whoever.
Yeah, anybody but the one?
Anybody but Cadence.
Anybody but that one.
All right, I'll make a motion, we open up a new account for the opioid settlement funds at American Bank.
I'll second that motion. Motion.
Did you say emotion?
I did, that's a song, right?
It is a song. It's a very good song.
So, do you ready?
Yeah,
Okay.
I second that motion.
Okay, where we at? Okay.
Can I get a tiny bit of clarification on that? So Zach made it, Holly seconded?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, planning and zoning commission. This is, city attorney. Planning and zoning commission. You want to change the committee?
Yeah, just approving the amendment that's in your packet. So,
That's making it a committee instead of commission, right?
yeah, and then altering the ability of the chairperson to actually vote, and then I think that's the main big, then adding a termination clause up to a year if they don't meet.
Okay.
I make a motion, we accept the changes to the,
Let's see if I can find it.
I'll
Budget.
second.
No,
planning and zoning.
Yes,
I second that.
I think Holly seconded.
Okay, Holly second it, okay.
Unanimous?
Unanimous. Okay. Well, man, okay. Amend budget committee bylaws.
Oh, I already know.
Basically the same thing, it's in the package, the changes are listed, and,
Also contacting vendors. Vernon's contacting vendors.
Not really.
Let's see. That's not one, but
Let me know which one.
I make a motion to amend the ordinance
shouldn't be contacting vendors. It should be happening.
for the budget committee.
The county's
I second that.
city for tree business. I want to write that down.
Give me an email.
You good?
I'll give you-
Okay.
Yeah.
Unanimous. Okay, we're, executive session, we'll be back in a minute.
What time are you doing?
Uh,
What time are you exiting the meeting?
8:38.
Send it over. If you do, let me know. Or I'll give you a call.
Is that a new one?
I'll give you a call tomorrow. Is there a contract I just sent you?
Oh, you doing all right?
Okay, and then that contract, get that printed.
Thing I see about
Hi,
it,
baby.
you know, I'm the kid that knows nothing. I'm walking in with my set idea.
Whenever you get a minute, I'm gonna settle up.
One plus one is two.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what they're doing.
Oh, no.
sweetie. Hadn't seen you forever.
I
just saw you earlier.
Oh, sorry.
Tonight.
What time is it? 8 what?
Some good folks.
Okay.
See, you didn't have to talk to yourself.
I did not. I did not. Yes, sir.
Consider an act on, the executive session. Okay. Anybody wanna act on that?
I make a motion that we ratify paying for, emergency tree removal,
What's the amount?
for $1,500.
I second it.
Abstain.
I'm a no.
That's 3 abstaining and a no.
Wait, what?
That's a 3 abstaining and a no.
No, 3 yeses and a no, and I'm 1 abstain.
No, I abstain, yeah, tree stuff, I don't touch
And
that.
Holly said yes?
Yes.
Okay, so that'd be Holly, Jonathan, Bucky, for, Rick abstain, and Zach against.
Yep, that's fine.
So it passed.
Okay. That's it?
I don't have anything for the next workshop or meeting.
Anybody else?
Bucky, can I ask something while y'all talking about next agenda? This digital sign out here, the back of it blew off of it. And I came up here one day and I picked it up and I put the back of it inside of that thing. Somebody needs to get some self-tapping screws and put that thing back on it. It is not working. I went over and turned the thing on because I was going to put like the budget committee meetings information up there. It made an awful noise in this breaker box. It's not working. The one down at the water company is working. This one's not working, but it needs to get fixed.
Okay.
I mean, the back needs to be put on it first of all.
Okay. All right, we'll put that on.
And I put it in that metal storage building out there.
Okay. All right, anybody else got anything to put on the agenda?
Shorter agendas.
Okay.
You got checks to sign, bro?
Have enough
Oh, what?
next
You got stuff to sign?
Yes.
Meeting adjourned.
Yes.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Okay.
And it's 8:56.
Sign these checks.
Did you get that contract?